discussion lined up, and we'll be focusing on the aftermath of so many issues, exploring the pivotal role of diaspora indigenes in bridging the global gap. Joining us virtually our esteemed guest, we have Dr. Tony Agbons. He's the spokesperson for Edo State Diaspora Working Group, and of course, he joins us virtually from United Kingdom. Good morning and good to see you, Dr. Tony.
Good morning, Dan. It's my pleasure to be here, and good morning to everyone out there in the cradle of civilization at those states.
Looking at the our people in diaspora, what are their pressing needs at the moment?
Thank you very much, Dan, and thanks for having us on your show this morning. The diaspora community, as far as Edo State is concerned, is a huge chunk. We are a large community spread across the different continents of the world, from Africa, Europe, America, Asia, Australia, everywhere. Hardly any part of the world that you don't see Edo State sons and daughters. So we are like the moon and stars. We are everywhere. And wherever you find Edo State sons and daughters, they are all holding their own in different fields of human endeavor. So these are highly skilled people, both vocationally and professionally, doing what they like doing best and contributing their quota to global development. So in terms of it, we stakeholders, and we believe that we have a lot to contribute, and indeed we have been contributing. And I believe that as we go on in this conversation, I'll be reeling out some of the areas where the Edo State diaspora have contributed immensely to the development of our state. Before I stop, let me just quickly say that by way of data, if you look at the data that is available from the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, we have it where there are officially about 17 million Nigerians living in the diaspora. My brother, I can tell you for free that when you look at that figure, 60%, I can tell you, are from Edo State. So, and when you do 60% of 17 million, we are talking of, about 9 million or thereabout. So we are a large population, and like I said, major stakeholders as far as our state is concerned back home.
Okay, let's speak with the some Edolite being stranded abroad. We've seen cases where some of them come on social media to appeal to people to come to their aid. We've seen cases where some of them will tell you they are homeless and they are roaming the streets of London, US, Sweden, as the case may be. Are there plans on ground to ensure that their welfare is taken care of?
Yeah, I just want to quickly put the record straight. The numbers in this category, they are quite few. I don't want to use the word insignificant. So, but to actually look at the overall purpose of this Edo State Diaspora Agency is the development of our state. Talk of the diaspora, when you look at because we have to take samples. When we look at countries like India, Egypt, Pakistan, it is their diaspora that have developed their regions. So we, the Edo State diaspora, like I'm part of the Edo State Diaspora Working Group, that consists of Edo State associations, communities that are spread in virtually all the countries of the world. So I know what I'm talking about. So what we are looking at is work, have this synergy. Government agencies back home develop our state. We are looking at the area of arts, culture, and tourism, industrial clusters, transportation and logistics, healthcare, education, agro and allied businesses, power, creative sports, entertainment, manufacturing, real estate, oil and gas, minerals, and all that. So, because we have the manpower, we have the skills. These are the things that we believe that this agency takes off, we bring development to Edo State. Remember, let's not forget, the people often say that the taste of the pudding is in the eating. So some of us in the diaspora, Edo State indigenes, we are really taken aback as to why this agency has not taken off. Because when you look at this Edo State Diaspora Agency, a lot has been done. Okay, His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Godwin Nogagase Obaseki, he's a steering committee in August 2021, to provide the framework and, work on policies, that will enable the Edo State House of Assembly, create a bill for this agency to take off. So, and that steering committee had in it, was an 8-man committee, distinguished Edo State sons and daughters. In fact, the committee was even chaired. The chairman was the head of service, Power himself. We had Ebewele as secretary. We had distinguished Edo sons, Professor Isa Odidi. We had Dr. Loretta Oduware Ogboroko. We had Dr. Johnson Odibo, and NIDO president in Switzerland. He was a member of that committee. We had the Ambassador Adesuwa Biki. He's the ambassador of the African Bar Association in Tanzania. He was a member of that committee. And other ace broadcaster, Sonny Rabo, in that committee. So they worked from August 2021, submitted their report to the Edo State government, and the House of Assembly, using those documentation, now passed the bill for the establishment of the Edo State Diaspora Agency in July 2022. We are worried and we are concerned that why is it that since July 2022, why is it that this agency have not taken off? This agency need to take off. And we believe that this agency will be able to coalesce, the activities of Edo State sons and daughters in the diaspora with Edo State sons and daughters at home, and then you will see what will happen. We believe that it is the right thing to do at this time.
Okay, let's quickly get to Ambassador Idahosa. Ambassador Idahosa, if you're there, to the state, and how do Edolites in Edo State, those residing here, benefit from this move?
Let me just, because I do research, so and I like talking about figures, because it makes it easy to understand when we talk about these things. If you look at the recent World Bank report, okay, in 2021, I'm talking of Nigeria generally now. In 2021, diaspora remittances to Nigeria was $19.5 billion. 2022, it was $20.9 billion. And 2023, figures just released, is $20 billion. Remember what I said, 60% of this diaspora community, they are from Edo State. Truth. So, and when you begin to look at this 60% and you look at this figure that I've just read out, so you will see the inflow of foreign direct remittances that comes to our state. So a lot of this, money, they are not properly harnessed. You see, what this agency would, what this diaspora agency be a rallying point where this can actually be harnessed. People can invest. It's not just it's good to send money to family and friends to support them, for basic living, education, health, and all that. But say this, one of the framework that is already on ground for this agency, that there are going to be liaison offices in every country of the world. And these liaison offices, we are going to have volunteers, people who people can reach. Oh, I want to do real estate in Auchi. So through this agency, you know how to go about it. Like my brother Colin said, you will not be scammed. Nobody will dupe anybody. Because a lot of these are those sons and daughters. A lot of them have lived in Nigeria for 25, 20 years. Yes, they come home, but they don't really understand the dynamics. So this is
hold on a little. Don't they have connection with family members? Is there a form of disconnection with family members?
But of course, my brother, you know that these family members, it's not a structured thing.
They can't be trusted.
Family
members can't be trusted. Is that what you're saying, Dr. Tony?
Exactly. So you cannot really trust. You can't trust everybody. So, and people have lost their resources. Oh, I give to my younger brother or my cousin, and then you start calling them, they don't pick their call and all that. So we have us had and seen such situation. So this agency is going to be, a real rallying point. And to be honest, I think the state government knows this, and that was why, like I said, a lot has gone on. What we are clamoring for is for this agency to become functional. Let me give you an example. So you have a health center or a hospital, and you have an ultrasound machine. It's locked in the store. And then a woman comes, having abdominal pains, and the line, it happens to the woman, and maybe she dies. So, that's what we are saying here. So, we want this agency to be functional, and you will see the massive development that will come to Edo State. Let me just quickly chip in here.
Quickly, we need to manage our time now.
Apart from the revenue that comes from the federal government, federal allocation that state government receive, and the internally generated revenue, IGRO, that Edo State gets, greater proportion of resources that come to our state are from diaspora remittances.
Okay, let's quickly get to Ambassador Idahosa now in Edo State, Dr. Tony.
Done. It's very, very high, all-time high. You recall what happened during the 2020 governorship election in Edo State. Edo State diaspora was in the thick of the action. We were very much in the mix, and that projectile has not come down at all. So, just like my brother Colin said, at the moment we are just being non-partisan. So because we are just focusing on the agency, and him, we all support the effort of the state government, Edo State government, led by His Excellency Governor Obaseki. So the diaspora community worldwide, Edo State diaspora community, more than ever before, are very, very political savvy. We are interested who governs our state, how our state is governed, because we have no other state than Edo State. And we believe that we have a lot to offer, a lot. Mention some. So there are a lot of, in our association, in our community groups, there are a lot of people, even our friends, from Europe, these are Europeans, Americans, our friends, who are really interested. In fact, even in the area of tourism, in the area of culture, because Edo State to the world, like we always say. So there is something about the Edo State person that is magnetic. So this agency will really help the development of our state. I was, checking some, sorry, Dan, I'm really, talking about a lot of data this morning. I was checking some things, and I found out that Edo State GDP at the moment is about 11.89 billion. Okay? I saw this on our website. Who says we cannot triple or quadruple that value? We can, because the model we have is exactly what the Indians have done, Egyptians have done, even Kenya. They've used this model to develop their regions. So we are not even talking about Nigeria now. That's why we are focusing on our own state, so that by the time this boom happens, that state in Nigeria, I tell you, they will start doing the same thing. So we really believe that as major stakeholders, we shouldn't just be shoved aside. We shouldn't just be the go-to group when an election is coming. We are not a cyclical 4 years stakeholder group. No, we want to be involved, and that is why clamor is there. And for the life of me, a committee was set up in 2021. The Assembly has passed a bill in 2022. This is 2024. We're already in the second quarter. So what is holding the takeoff diaspora agency? We want to know. So that is the main issue.
Dr. Tony, before we get to Ambassador Idahosa, could it be that those of you residing outside the country, you now feel like returning back home for you to start pushing for this move? It seems you're tired of staying abroad. Is that the connotation?
No, I wouldn't want to use the word tired of staying abroad. A lot of people don't like hearing that. But the truth of the matter is that if you ask the majority of Edolites, including me speaking, our desire is to be back home.
Okay.
That is the truth. And you also look at another majority of Edolites may not even be back home. You don't really need to be home, but you can do things. The world now is a global village, isn't it? So there's a lot we can do, and that is where this agency comes in. There's a lot we can do to contribute to the development of our state, so that, the state, using the word of Ambassador Biki Uwaifo, it will become an El Dorado. We don't want, everything is not about politics. I really need to make this clear. A lot of people believe that, you have to be a governor, you have to be a member of the House of Assembly for you to impact society. No. We have engineers, we have plumbers, electricians. For me, when we talk about education, I always look at it as both vocational and, professional education. Yeah, everybody cannot be a medical doctor, but when you look at how economies run in every part of the world that bring development, it is through the SMEs, the startup, the fintech, use of technology, and that is what we, the Edo State Diaspora community, we have in abundance.
Okay.
Experts in every field.
Let's quickly get to strengthen the bond between diaspora communities and their homeland, particularly in the realm of governance, as we begin to call it a wrap now, Dr. Tony.
Very briefly, I would say that to the Edo State Diaspora community across the world, keep doing what you are doing, keep pushing. Like we said, like we say in Benin, we will not forget our root, we will not forget our home. Let's come together. I think it's teamwork. We will keep using, and I believe that when we keep doing that, we will achieve our aim, which is for the continuous development of our state.
Okay. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Like they said, there is no place like home. If you go to UK, you go to Sweden, you are in US, you always return back home. Thank you so much, Dr. Tony, for finding out time to join us, and of course, Ambassador Collins for finding out time to join us all the way from Sweden.